I greet you all in the name of the Creator God and welcome to my channel Satyam Probes into the Scriptures. Today's my topic is, did Moses go to Egypt willingly for the redemption of Israelites from slavery and bring them to the promised land? Let me read few verses from the Epistle to Hebrews chapter 11 verses 24 to 26. By faith Moses, when he was grown, refused to be called the son of daughter of Pharaoh, choose, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasure of sin for a season, esteeming the reproach of Christ greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for the respect of the recompense of the reward. Now, according to the other author of this epistle, Moses was very much interested to lead his people from the slavery and bring them to the promised land in anticipation of a big reward from the Lord. But what we understand from the book of Exodus in chapter 2 that Moses, a Hebrew, son of a Levite, grew with his mother from infant stage, and at childhood he was brought to the uh, palace to Pharaoh's daughter and he became her son. Before speaking further on this topic, I would like to remind all the viewers that the first five books of the Old Testament are written by Moses according to the Bible scholars. I shall read the scripture from Exodus chapter 11 on 12, chapter 2, 11 onwards to 15. And it came to pass in those days when Moses was grown, and when he went out to his brethren and looked on their burdens, he saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew. He thought no one observed him. He slew the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. And when he went out on the second day, he saw two men of Hebrews quarreling with each other, and said to them that it was wrong. One of those two replied to Moses, "Who made you a judge over us? Intend to kill me also, as you killed the Egyptian?" Moses understood that the murder of the Egyptian by him is known. When Pharaoh came to know about this, he sought to slay Moses. But Moses fled away from the presence of Pharaoh and ran from Egypt and went to the land of Midian. From the above verse, it is clear that Moses ran for his life away from Pharaoh, away from Egypt, and to a place in Midian, and he stayed there. And what happened later, we'll see. Before that, I want to say, though he was called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, Pharaoh did not like to spare him for killing the Egyptian. So Moses went to Midian and married Zipporah, one of the daughters of Reuel, a Midian's priest, and he was keeping the flock of his father-in-law. One day when he was on his job, he saw a bush was burning, but the bush was not consumed. Then he said to himself, Exodus chapter 3 verse 3 I am reading, I will turn aside to see the great sight, why the bush is not burnt. Then the angel of the Lord said to him, 3 verse 10, I will send you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt. Moses was not ready. He was not willing. He went on giving excuses. First he said, who am I? Second he said, what shall I say to them? Third excuse, chapter 4 verse 4 1. Chapter 4 verse 1, they will not believe me or listen to me. Fourth excuse, chapter 4 verse 10, O my Lord, I am not eloquent, I am slow of speech of my tongue. You know the time you have been speaking to me. Fifth excuse, O Lord, please send someone else. We understand from the beginning of the conversation with Moses, the angel had explained to him everything in detail, answered every question of Moses, and strengthened him. But still Moses was not ready or dared or interested to obey the Lord. And to this opportunity of doing this great deed, he was not ready. When Moses said, fifth excuse, send someone else, the angel of the Lord got angry. So Moses unwillingly accepted to go to Egypt, we understand. After taking up the leadership, what Moses said said, let us read that also. Exodus chapter 5, verse 22-23. O Lord, why have you done this evil to these people? Why have you ever sent me? Numbers chapter 11, verse 11. Have I consumed all these people? Have I begotten them that you say to me, carry out them on my bosom to land which you swore to their elders and their fathers? Chapter 11, verse 14. I am not able to bear all these people alone. Chapter 11, verse 15. If you will treat me like this, kill me at once. From all the above verses, it is clearly understood that even a layman can say that Moses led the Israelites by compulsion and thus became a leader. Hence, what is written in the epistle about Moses in book of Hebrews is totally against the Old Testament. It is only an imagination of the author or exalting Moses unreasonably, and it is totally against the scripture. Before speaking about the next point, as Moses is the author in this topic, I would like to remind a verse from the book of Isaiah, chapter 6, verse 8. And I heard a voice from the Lord saying, who shall go for us. Whom shall I send? Then I said, here I am, send me. We have seen Moses as a prophet and Isaiah also as prophet. Now, about the law of Moses, what did Jesus say? Let us read that also from the scriptures. Mark chapter 12, verse 19 onwards, we see law of Moses regarding marrying brother's wife after brother's death. Luke chapter 24, verse 44, law of Moses. John chapter 1, verse 17. For the law of Moses was given by Moses is the book of John written by Apostle John. John chapter 7, verse 23. Law of Moses about Sabbath. And Jesus said in chapter 8, verse 17, in your law. In chapter 15, verse 25, the word that is written in their law must be fulfilled. This is said by Jesus. Now, about the offering of animals also, I want to say a few things. Moses wrote at many places about offering of animals, burnt offerings, etc. Does God eat the flesh and drink blood of the animals? Has he the pleasure of burning of animals, and is it a sweet smelling aroma for God? If so, how it is written in the book of Psalms chapter 50, verse 13, do I eat the flesh of bulls or drink the blood of animals? From the above verses, it is clearly understood that the law of Moses, it was called law of Moses, it is not the law of God, it is not the law of the Lord. Except for certain important matters, many are written as per the will and wish of Moses, but not as per the directions of the Lord. This is clear from the above scriptures. That's what I want to say. And about the promise and conditions and curses which Moses has written, I would like to take up in a separate topic. Till then, thank you. May the Lord be with you.